Today we are shining a spotlight on a hero, someone whose name might not be as widely known but whose impact is nothing short of monumental. But before we plunge into the heart of Adnan's story, let me give you a quick snapshot of why he holds such historical significance. Picture this: it's the early 1940s, and the world is in the grip of a global conflict. In the midst of it all, there's a humble military officer, Adnan Saidi, who becomes the last defender of Malaya. Adnan's story is a testament to resilience, bravery, and the indomitable spirit of those who refuse to back down, even against overwhelming odds. Before we begin, please do like, share, and subscribe for more Asian stories. In 1933, the British brought into existence the Malay Regiment. Now, this wasn't just any military unit. It was tailor-made to provide opportunities for young Malay men, a chance for adventure, service, and a different kind of education. So who catches the eye of the selectors among the eager recruits? None other than our protagonist, Adnan Saidi, young, ambitious, and full of potential. Now let's fast forward a bit. Adnan's dedication and hard work didn't go unnoticed. He became a company officer and wait for it, gets the opportunity to march in a parade in London. Yes, London, the heart of the British Empire. Just imagine a young lad from Kajang, Selangor, strutting his stuff in a parade to honor King George VI's ascension to the throne. The year is 1939 and the storm clouds of war are gathering over Europe. Our man, Lieutenant Adnan Saidi, finds himself in Singapore, and he's not alone. With him are his wife, Sophia, a dedicated teacher, and their two sons. But as history would have it, the tranquility of their lives in Singapore was short-lived. Air raids started becoming a regular affair, filling the skies with uncertainty. Picture this: a young family navigating through the challenges of impending war. Faced with the increasing frequency of air raids, Adnan makes a heart-wrenching decision. He sends his beloved wife and children back to their hometown in Kajang by train. Can you imagine the emotions at the Tanjung Pagar railway station? The goodbyes, the promises made. It's a moment etched in time. Adnan parting ways with his family, knowing the gravity of the times they were living in. Little did they know it would be the last time they saw each other. From December 8 to February 15, 1942, the Japanese forces stunned and overwhelmed Singapore's defenses. It was a tumultuous time and Adnan Saidi found himself in the thick of it. As the Japanese juggernaut bore down on Singapore, Adnan's regiment faced a pivotal assignment. Picture this: the Pasir Panjang Ridge, a place of strategic importance with key military installations. Adnan's regiment, alongside the 44th Indian Brigade, was tasked with defending this critical terrain. This wasn't just any battle. The Pasir Panjang Ridge held the key to British supply and the munitions depots. It was make or break, and Adnan's unit stood at the forefront. The intensity of the battle was palpable. On February 13, 1942, the Japanese forces, under Colonel Yoshio Nasu, launched their assault along the ridge. Adnan, leading his company, faced the daunting task of holding the fort. Now let's delve into the heroic stand at Bukit Chandu. After the retreat from Pasir Panjang Ridge, Adnan's resilience reached new heights. As the Japanese forces pushed, Adnan and his men established a defensive perimeter at Bukit Chandu. This was their last line of defense, and they were ready to make every inch count. Sandbags, small foxholes, and a resolve that echoed through the night. Adnan's leadership was unwavering. In the early afternoon, the Malay Regiment spotted a group of Japanese troops attempting a cunning disguise dressed as Sikh members of the British Indian Army. Adnan, sharp and vigilant, saw through the ruse. A momentary retreat followed thanks to Adnan's strategic insight. As the smoke settled on the battleground, the fate of Adnan Saidi took a tragic turn. His bravery faced the harshest of realities at the hands of his Japanese captors. Captured alive, Adnan's ordeal was beyond brutal. His captors recognized him as the relentless warrior who had personally taken down dozens of Japanese soldiers. Beaten, hung upside down from a cherry tree, and bayoneted to death. The legacy of Adnan Saidi, however, extends far beyond the horrors of war. In Singapore, a war memorial stands testament to Adnan and his Malay Brigade, and in Malaysia, a movie titled Lieutenant Adnan and the ACV 300 Adnan infantry fighting vehicle pay homage to his courage and sacrifice. Lieutenant Adnan's legacy, etched in the annals of history, is a source of inspiration and pride for both Malaysia and Singapore. Thank you for joining us on this episode of Asia Obscura. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if you have your own stories to share or topics you'd like us to explore, feel free to leave a comment. Until next time, stay curious, stay passionate, and stay tuned.